Nicholas, I have a question during the crowd of this 5 year and next year what happens. So in order to win next year, you say you don't want to get bigger, you say you have your poses, the competition is far behind you. Is it enough for you to maintain what you have today to win next year, or do you need to differentiate yourself somehow, and if so, how?
I mean, I constantly am thriving and driving myself to be better. I don't think I've ever said that if I stay the same, then I'll keep winning Olympias. Because if you look at me in 2019, if I stayed looking like that, I would have lost the last 4 Olympias. I might not have even been top 10 at the Olympia. That's how much the division has changed. And I'm not foolish enough to think it's not going to keep evolving with time, as all things do. So I don't want to put on much more weight, but I've also, what most people don't understand is how much improvements you can make in a physique without putting a lot of weight on. So I think in 2020, which was 4 years ago, I weighed about 238, and then in the last 4 years I've put on 4 pounds, 3.5, 4 pounds, but my physique continues to get better. I continuously learn new ways for me to either push further and get leaner and make more within my weight cap and just present my physique better, train it more in an aspect that will look fuller rather than heavier, and just lots of little tricks you can do, and it's constantly being better. The sport is evolving forever. It's chasing after me right now, but eventually it will grow past me. And I hope that's when I retire. I'm gonna do everything I can to retire, and then it can move past me. And right now I'm just focusing on every little detail I can to make myself better. And as much as I'm proud of my physique for the last couple of years when I got off stage, there's been years I wasn't proud, but last few years I have been, I still have all these little nitpicky things I see. And every time I see that thing, I look back at my prep or that year and I understand what I did in that past year of why it didn't work out as such. Like this year, I had a better, more complete physique, but I wasn't quite as lean as I was last year. And that's because partway through my prep, I went through an injury, I hurt myself, and then I couldn't train for about 10 days, and then I had to do a lot of catch-up to put on some weight I lost, some muscle I lost, some mass I lost in my back, because I tore my lat at like 10 weeks out, and then that caused me to be a little bit behind in my conditioning. But I still brought a package I was proud of, but I understand if I have that better physique, and I also don't have the injury, and I can make myself leaner, I'm gonna be even better next year. So it's constantly just looking backwards, understanding what you can improve on next year, still being proud of what you've done, but understanding there's room for improvement and applying that as best as possible in the future.